program is brought to you in association with First National Bank of Botswana. The music industry is one that requires tenacity and is very calculated to have a better chance at succeeding. One of these calculations is having a good production team to help you soar, amongst these people being a manager. We profile a young man who has a passion for the arts and enjoys the challenge of helping up-and-coming artists make a name for themselves. His name is Brighton Ncube, or Mr. Awesome as he's affectionately known within his circle. Brighton was born in Zimbabwe 22 years ago and is the last born of 6 children. He was raised in Zimbabwe where he did his basic education before pursuing a degree in real estate at Baisaho University. At present, he's a realtor who doesn't sell just houses, but also artists and their art. He has about 4 artists and 2 podcast shows that he manages. He's a radio host on a local online radio show, a host of what is called Mojez Live Weekly at the main mall. Mr. Awesome is here with us today to share his journey and maybe impart a little bit of what he has learned up to this point.
Firstly, I went to school to study real estate, right? And real estate taught me how to sell an asset that is not easily sold. That's an asset that is not easily liquidable, right? And imagine music and creativity is something that you cannot easily sell to someone. Hence, artist management. Right? And I have the heart of love of music, and music is in me, and a lot of kids look up to me, and I was like, you know what, let me show them the right path and how to do their music the right way.
Mr. Awesome says he set himself and the talent he manages apart from the rest by having a mindset that is able to see and approach anything from different perspectives.
Okay, the first selling point is I want people to understand this, that there's something called a theory of community, right? Where it says everything that you do, you belong to a certain community. Whether you are a singer, it means you belong to a singing community. A singing community means you have to have certain things that are expected of you. If you say I'm a Christian, there are certain things that are expected of you, right? So first thing I made my artist understand is when you're saying I am now an artist, there's a certain community that you need to go in. When you say it's a cutthroat community, I rather say it's an interesting community. It just shows how hard are you willing to work, right? We are determined and we always show up at every place. We went to push a BW and we were just there. And they were like, no guys, you're not performing. And we were just there. And imagine they ended up saying, no, you guys, you can go on with that thing. And just that determination makes us unique. We are determined to doing what we're doing.
As one of his projects, he manages a weekly event gathering called Mojez Live at the main mall with the mind to help aspiring and upcoming artists to be seen and ultimately be known.
As Mojez Live, yes, we have made an impact to the community. If some of you guys don't know, Dato Sayoko started in Mojez Live. People didn't know that, right? Yeah, we're not taking credit, but hey, it is what it is, right? We have made impact that we said all of these creatives that are out there, people are singing on TikTok, people are singing on their voice notes and whatnot. We gave them a platform to say, listen, come to a space where we will teach you how to sing, teach you how to perform in the streets. Give us your performances, give your best. Let's uplift creatives that have nothing that are doing or whatever, right? And give them a platform to shine. Hence, we're changing the world slowly but surely. Mojez Live started in 2020. 2020 is the moments there COVID-19 after the lockdowns, right? The man called Jazzman is the co-founder of this space, of Mojez rather, right? He realized a lot of people going through depression and all that. It's like, what's the best music that can make someone be okay? Soft, smoothing music and jazz winning, right? So it used to be hosted by a guy called Mo Nseme, and then from him it came to me. What we do at Mo Jazz is poetry and musical performances, R&B, soft music performances. We said, listen, let's have a group of creatives come at an open space. Come, let's talk about poetry. Is a soft-spoken thing that people feel inside and everything, right? Let's have a space that allows people to be free in a poetic way, in a creative way, and come to have soft music.
Mr. Awesome says they have leveraged social media to help push their mandates and score gigs within the industry.
Numbers matters, right? Because no one wants to work with someone with 100 followers. When you come to me and you're like, oh, I am a singer and I am a great singer, and then when I look at your numbers, I see you've got 5 views, 5 likes, it's not gonna make any sense to us, right? We started, okay, one of my artists, Superstar Leslie's, got 1.3 million views on YouTube in a month, right? Another one is got 116K listeners on Spotify, all streaming platforms, right? Those numbers did make, it doesn't make, like sometimes talent is no longer that important nowadays because everyone can sing, right? If you have the numbers, if you have the followers, anyone can be your follower. You go on Instagram and like, yo, I do 1, 2, 3, and you start having numbers. It now starts to make sense. That's how you start making an impact. That's how you can start getting your music out there. With my artists, with my people, I started making them go with Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook, of course.
His is not a pursuit of just being an artist manager, but to also help young people become better leaders and well-rounded artists.
So the thing that I've done, I've opened a club called Youth Ambassadors among universities. I've officially opened it in GUC and in BAC, right? We have more than 100 active members with the 2 schools combined, right? What we did is we said, listen, let's have a group of people who represent youth. Whoever you feel like you're a creative, you're a leader, we come in one space, right? And then we start sharing ideas and we link it with more jazz, we link it with other things that we're doing. I have another show called The Village Gate in OD, happens every last Saturday of the month as well, right? We link all of those things, make it easily accessible to everybody, make it easy for information to go around. Because the most painful thing is accessibility to certain platforms or accessibility to certain information. That's why I feel creatives around Africa as a whole who are not going as much as Americans are going, right? It's just because of lack of accessibility and lack of a platform that we can say, let people get my things.
Our guest says his future plans see him being a mentor to young Africans around the world to be confident in themselves enough to believe they too can do amazing things.
I was born in Zimbabwe, right? I grew up in Zim, did my high school in Zimbabwe, and then came to Botswana to do my varsity, right? That allowed me access to both Zimbabwe and Botswana as a whole, right? Because now I've got also network here in Botswana as well as network back in Zimbabwe, right? Being a foreigner teaches you one thing. Listen, there's no one coming to save you. The unfortunate part, right? Most people think, the government will save me, this will save me. Unfortunate part, no one is here to save you. The way you believe in yourself, it's what's gonna save you. Because when you're a foreigner, you do not know anyone, right? You do not know anything at a certain location, right? So my future plans, right? Firstly, I want to teach students out there around Africa, create a youth ambassador around Africa that allows students to learn about how to be confident, right? How to know themselves, how to value themselves, right? How to get certain opportunities. You don't need the government to tell you guys, we're gonna give you guys 200K to do 1, 2, 3. You can also do it as an African. To also understand that Africa is the unfortunate part people don't get is most of the things that happen around America and Europe. Africa is the safest space, is the most space with the creatives, is the most space with diamonds and beautiful people as well, right? So my future plans are to put music out there that is African, put leaders out there that are African, to bring up amazing African leaders.